Are the unemployed and the 99ers walking the green mile? Recent reports show a few senators who are trying to get a bill into Congress to help the long-term unemployed. There is a question as to how this bill is going to be even looked at. Consider this. It took 2 months for H.R. 40-13 to pass after much resistance from the Republicans who wanted the bill to be paid for, and at the last hour tried to sneak in an amendment to continue with the Bush tax cuts. Finally, after all of this time, the bill passed and was retroactive back to April. Seems like a good deal, right? Wrong. This only gives unemployment until November, then the vicious cycle repeats itself. But wait a moment here, this bill doesn't include the 99ers who can't find a job just as much as those who qualified under H.R. 40-13, so the 99ers were left out. Now if a bill was even to pass for the 99ers, how will that be looked at? Will they also be entitled to unemployment until November? And don't forget the cost for H.R. 40-13 was $34 billion for 2.1 million unemployed. The number of 99ers is around 5 million or more. What do you think the cost is going to be if a bill was to pass until November? Now when November comes along, the new number will be somewhere over 7 million plus those 1.2 million, and not to forget those 400,000 new claims just last week of July the 17th. So what do you think is going to happen here? If anyone believes that they are going to extend another helping hand so easily you're living on Mars, American unemployed are walking the green mile, why, you may ask, isn't the government going to help any of them? Well, let's look at that too. The news media, which is controlled, will tell you that things are looking good. Reports from Washington are saying the same thing. It's just the opposite when you go to seek out news from the internet, for example. It's no wonder they want to control what you see and read on the internet, so they don't want you to know the truth. As more people who are not working, and the GNP goes down, taxes are not collected, there is a problem coming as to who's going to support the retired population. That means Social Security, etc. There are no jobs even for the young people today enough to fill the job market. As where are these jobs? If you can even find a job, what does it pay? $8.50 per hour? Perhaps $10 per hour with 12 hours of work, but you need qualifications and degrees, like a job for a security person that pays $12 per hour, but you need an associate's degree. Yes, you heard me correctly. These jobs offered can't buy food after taxes taken out. As the months go by, the government tinkers with the idea of raising taxes to make up for the shortfalls. Okay, let's touch base on this as well. If these employers, who are offering jobs that just pay over the minimum wage, without knowing how the healthcare bill is going to affect their bottom line, and let's not forget another proposed bill for the cap-and trade. What makes you think they're going to hire with good wages, especially when they know that overseas wages are 35 cents an hour, if that? So know what happens to the unemployed in November. More needless arguments, more name-calling, more hate mails, more months of waiting, while those who even can see this video, who have survived up to this point, are even though in the public eye, as there are so many people unemployed now. I just wonder, during all of the years 2007 through 2010, how many have died and nobody mentions them. When you see an advertisement on TV to support the African people who pictures those poor little children with their skeletons showing, just remember, is that what happened to those who were forgotten from 2007 through 2010? But you won't see that mentioned on TV. Oh no, not in the great United States of America. These things don't happen here. It's an embarrassment to the United States. The news media will have its broadcasting rights pulled, so they'll just keep lying to you. Would it be better if they only had one news station and for 1 hour just stand there and sing the song "Everything is Beautiful" over and over again for 1 straight hour? Then you'll be convinced enough to go to bed with a smile on your face while someone is dying out there, physically, emotionally, spiritually. My closing thoughts. I believe at this point, without jobs, without unemployment checks to spend to rebuild the economy, the basics of human life are tampered with by those who feel we don't matter. We will have a fallen country. Again, the question remains, are the unemployed walking the green mile to the point of extinction? What will you do to help out your fellow man? Nothing. Well, one day you'll wake up and the flag you'll see on the flagpole will be another country. Then will you wake up? But it will be too late now, wouldn't it? Get your head out of the clouds before it's too late. You or the American people do something instead of waiting for the other guy to start first. People are hurting out there. Are you just going to join the ranks of idiots who say it's their fault, they're in this mess? Help them.